Alright, here we got a video here of this welding cart. I had another video on here of the AutoCAD design of it, but now it's gone from paper to metal. So here's kind of what it come out to look like. It ain't finished, it ain't painted, needs some grinding, needs some more work on it, but just the basic design here. It's got bigger wheels on it because the ground I work on here is kind of rugged most of the time, and I wanted to keep a low center of gravity, so I made me some dropped axles there to keep the frame of it down. It's about 3 inches off the ground there when it's all set up. That frame back there, that's for a gas bottle if I ever do get one, but that'll fit a 9-inch bottle, which I believe is about as big as if I were to ever use in a small shop. And there's a little view of that dropped axle. Nothing fancy, some tubing and some steel, and drilled and tapped hole to fit a bolt that fits the wheel itself. 1/2-inch bolt makes a nice axle for them wheels there. Got these railings on the side here, and main reason for the rails is to brace up the top here where it connects to the top. It kind of adds some side-to-side bracing for this for the top where the welder sets. And then that welder frame there, the top frame, that's set at a 7.5 degree angle. No actual reason for the 7.5, it just looked good on paper, so that's what I went with. I got the braces there to hold it, and it's all 1x1 120 wall square tubing, which is overkill, which most of the stuff I build is overkill, but it's definitely strong. It's not going anywhere. That handle there is removable. If we pop these spring pins out and slide that off the pins there, it's got two 7/16 pins in there. That handle will come off and get out of a feller's way. It just seemed like that handle, if I left it on there, would get in the way and make me say bad things, which is pretty common, I guess. But that comes off there and goes on with the pins. And this handle here, I made that out of a piece of scrap. I think it's 1/2-inch Schedule 40 pipe, and I seal welded the ends and ground them off so they'd be rounded off. But that's a hollow handle, so that handle's pretty light. I mean, it just comes right off of there, and probably what I'm going to have to do is come up with a bracket or something where that thing will hang off this welder cart. Another thing here I got for it that ain't been put on yet, but I gotta drill and tap some holes there. But this here is a stainless steel core drill. We don't want to get too close there where you're going to see my welds or anything, but they ain't pretty. But that's going to be a core drill, and what it's going to do is mount there on the side of the frame there. And it'd be a place to hang a cord and extension cord or whatever. The problem with them Mig Welders that I see is the work lead, the gun lead, has to be so short for feeding and all that, because the wires has to go through there, that you always got to get them things close to your work. And it's different for me because I never did much MIG welding. I was mostly stick welding, and you always had real long leads and everything. So that's mainly one of the reasons for the cart, is so I can put that thing on there and move it around, because even though it's designed to be carried around, it's kind of a hassle moving it around like that all the time, and it never seems to be in the right place when you go to use it. You always got to move it. And on the front here, there's no casters or anything on the front. There's just like a landing gear that I fabbed up. So it's called what I call a wheelbarrow design, I guess. You know, you just pick her up like a wheelbarrow and roll it around. I kind of like them designs. You put 4 casters on them, they seem to always move around every time you bump into them or something. So most of the stuff I build with wheels on it's only got 2 in the back, and you pick up the front end. But that's the welding cart, and it needs some more work. It needs some floors in it, or whatever you call them, but we'll work on that. But figured I'd throw it on here. You can kind of see the basic design of what it looks like when it's actually made rather than just a CAD drawing of it. But it all come out pretty close to what I had drawn, and That's always a good thing, because anybody's done any designing, you know that there's sometimes a little difference between the paper and the real world. There's just a little better shot of that handle where I drilled them holes in there to kind of lighten it up and give it a little decoration. They're just not fancy, they're just spaced out, and they kind of close together at the beginning and far apart at the end. And then on the side, if we flip that over there, it's just got them holes there, a little different pattern, but just some decoration on there. And this is the plate. That's the plate where it mounts to the there on the cart, and just slips on those pins. Pretty easy and snug enough where you ain't got a whole lot of slop in it.